Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. We are live here on WWF Primetime Wrestling. I'm your host, JWR, and we have quite a night of wrestling action in store for you as we are live here in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to send it right up to the ring to get things going. And our opening match here is going to pit the British Bulldog in action.
Making his way to the ring from Manchester, England, weighing in at 260 pounds, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
And a shout out to David. Welcome to the live episode of Prime Time. How you doing, David? As the Bulldog steps into the ring here. We want to welcome everyone that's just tuning in here to Prime Time. Yep, I definitely remember you, David. I'm glad you found your way back. A little bit of a different event here today. Hopefully you like WWF action. And here comes the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
From Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 260 pounds, Ted DiBiase.
The $1 Million Man representing Money Incorporated. Although conspicuous by their absence, I don't see Bam Bam. And I don't see King Kong Bundy. Oh, that's all good, David. We're glad you're here with us. Hopefully you enjoy tonight's episode of Primetime. A solid 45 minutes of wrestling action coming your way. So no King Kong Bundy, no Bam Bam Bigelow. And you got the $1 Million Man and the British Bulldog. And this all stems from last week, folks, because the Bulldog was in the Hart Foundation's corner, and of course, Ted DiBiase was in the Money Incorporated's corner, and they both ended up getting kicked out of ringside. And so now they're kicking things off one-on-one this week for us, with both of their teams barred from ringside. Well, David, tonight is actually just going to be the Primetime stream. I probably will go live late tomorrow night for another patrol, but I actually work tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow night. But tonight, it's Monday, so it's Primetime. The Bulldog in control here early over the $1 Million Man. He's got DiBiase down, but DiBiase with a kick to the face. And DiBiase with the Bulldog up on a fireman's carry. Face first into that turnbuckle. And that's going to hurt, folks. The Bulldog's in trouble here early. And DiBiase now pushing Bulldog back into the ropes. Bulldog with a reversal and sends DiBiase flying. A couple of stomps. And the Bulldog, well, DiBiase's able to reverse that. A hard enziguri kick to the back of the head. And our referee putting the count on the Bulldog here, up to 4. Both men outside the ring. DiBiase sends the Bulldog over to the railing. And these two have to be careful. They're going to be counted out here. Referee's at 6, but DiBiase breaks the count. Definitely a personal vendetta after both of these men got kicked out ringside from last week. And DiBiase is laying it into the Bulldog here. He's got him up, and a huge suplex. If you think that the ring is hard, that is a thin mat covering solid concrete, folks. Bulldog is in a lot of trouble here, but able to reverse it, sending DiBiase down. And it does look like the Bulldog might be busted open. The referee's up to, I believe, a count of 6. There's 7. Pleading for them to get back in the ring, and now they're going to finally oblige as the Bulldog sends DiBiase back into the middle of the ring. A go behind, and he's got DiBiase up. A huge electric chair drop and into a cover. Count of 1, and only a 1 count. The Bulldog is definitely busted open over his right eye. Backing him into the corner now. A hard knee, and DiBiase's going to reverse it. There's a scoop and a slam. DiBiase now trying to go up top. Comes off that second rope with the double X handle. And that's going to be it. DiBiase puts the Bulldog away with a double X handle from the middle rope. And a measure of revenge from last week, where the respective teams had to go without him. And what an opening match here on Primetime. Bulldog jumped to his feet, but got sent right back down with that double X handle. And it was academic from there.
Here is your winner,
Ted DiBiase picks up a win for Money Incorporated here tonight. And look at this, folks. Just disrespectful. Pulling the money out and stuffing it in the mouth of the Bulldog. Complete lack of class from DiBiase. But we're going to keep things rolling, folks. This is the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is going to come to you live this Saturday. And here we go. Our next match here on Primetime.
is a tag team match.
A huge tag match.
On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 560 pounds, Hawkins and Anna Mayo, the Road Warriors.
Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, if you will. Live in action here this week against the Tag Team Champions. The Wild Samoans, the current reigning Tag Team Champions.
Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano at a combined weight of 645 pounds, the World Tag Team Champions, Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
As the Wild Samoans make their way out, again, we want to remind you that this is the road to WrestleMania. We are in the final leg of the road to WrestleMania. This Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be live with Saturday night's main event, followed up Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for WrestleMania. Make sure you tune in here on YouTube so you don't miss a single moment of the action coming up this weekend. Huge WrestleMania weekend coming up, as the Wild Samoans will be in action at WrestleMania defending those tag team championships against the Steiner brothers, the current #1 contenders. But tonight, they got their hands full. Non-title match here against the Legion of Doom. And Animal going to start things off with a huge clothesline. And he's going to whip. I believe that's Alpha. Alpha whipped into the corner now. He tried not to get caught in no man's land. Sending him back into the Samoans corner. And a tag into Sika. Double axe handle off the middle rope. And Animal's in a little bit of trouble here in the early going. Huge back body drop. The Legion of Doom trying to get themselves back into the title picture. There's a tag. The Wild Samoans were caught napping there, but able to send Hawk right back outside with a huge clothesline. Well, laying into the Hawk and Animal. I have not seen the Road Warriors manhandled like this for a while, and Hawk finally able to get some offense in, sending Alpha all the way back over to the railing. And Alpha turns his attention to Animal. Things are breaking down here, folks. Pulling Hawk back out from the middle of the ring. And now the referee's starting his count back over. A huge brawl on the outside now. Animal not even paying attention. And he gets smashed off the ring apron. Alpha's going nuts here, folks. Animal able to stop that advance, and Hawk's going to climb back into the ring. And right back to the outside. They are making their living out there during this match, folks. And yet, somehow, Sika just standing over in his corner, allowing Alpha to take on both members of the Road Warriors. Referees back up to a count of 6, and here we go. Back into the ring, sending both of the Road Warriors into the ring. And Captain Lou bringing a baseball bat in, distracting the referee. Referee tossing the bat back out, but Captain Lou Albano trying to get an upper hand for his team, despite Alpha really keeping his own there, holding his own, I should say. And a huge face first off that turnbuckle into a bear hug. Squeezing the life out of him, and here comes Sika to break it up. Referee getting Sika back out of the ring. Animal now in complete control. Correction, Hawk in control. Tags into Animal. Animal now back in. And there's the double team. Back body drop. And Animal going to wrench away at that chin. Working over the head and neck of Alpha. Is that some type of a head squeeze? I don't know what the technical term for that one is, folks, although I don't think there's much technical going on here. Sending Animal into the ropes, it knocks Hawk off the apron. Animal able to block it, climbing back in. Alpha has been a one-man wrecking crew. A little assist there from Hawk. LOD trying to get back on top here, but Alpha's not allowing it. And there's a tag into Sika. Sika the legal man, Animal the legal man. Animal climbing back into the ring after being knocked out. Sent into the far side corner. And reverses Sika now into the corner. Huge running back elbow. And Animal now working over the throat of Sika. I tell you what, Legion of Doom definitely wants to get their name mentioned in there with that #1 contender spot that currently belongs to Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers. And Sika with the reversal. raking at the face of Animal. Animal not having a good day in there so far. Sika, reversal into the corner. Animal now choking him. Referee not doing anything. Choking the life out of Sika. And moves over to make the tag into Hawk. They've got the tag champs on the ropes now. But Sika right back up. And nailing him with that headbutt, followed by a hard knife-edge chop that takes Hawk back to the ground. Here comes Alpha. Alpha enjoyed a short reign as Intercontinental Champion, but he was defeated last week in our main event by Hulk Hogan. Hogan is your new Intercontinental Champion. And from what I'm being told, folks, Hogan and the Warrior are here in the building, live here tonight in Nashville. There's a whip into the corner. Tags into Animal. Animal now, double team here on the ropes. Double axe handle right to the back. And Alpha in a lot of trouble. He's got him up. Huge press slam. Look at the power of Animal. Animal with the huge press slam. There's a tag in to Hawk. And another double back body drop. Alpha's in a world of hurt. As Hawk now throwing it right back in the face of the champions. But there's a tag. Alpha got the tag into Sika. A hard right hand. Only a 1 count though. As Sika now trying to go for a slam and he gets stopped. Reversal into a back body drop. Now just wrenching back. It's his turn. As Hawk trying to get to his feet. Whipped into the corner, tags into Animal. And a splash! Sika's in trouble. Able to kick Animal off of him. And now a reversal for Animal sends Sika into his own corner. And Alpha just allowing this to happen. And now he's got to bring him out of the corner the hard way. And there's a tag back into Alpha. Alpha with a roll up out of nowhere. A reversal from Animal. And he got him. Folks, that might be a first. I don't think I've ever seen the Road Warriors reverse a roll up to score a victory. But the Road Warriors pick up a huge win over the Tag Team Champions. What a match that was, folks. And that definitely has to get the Road Warriors moving up in that contenders ranking. But we're going right back to the ring, folks. You know what it is here on Primetime. It is non-stop wrestling action. There are no commercial breaks. There's no break in the action. We're not going to bore you with a bunch of talk. And here comes the recently returning Macho Man. Back in action last week and scored a huge win in his return. As tonight, he takes on one of the youngest members of the Hart family, Owen Hart, one-on-one here on Primetime. You got to figure that the Macho Man, with that huge win last week, if he can pull a win off this week, he's going to want to be inserting his name into a title picture. And whether that's the Intercontinental or the World Championship. And here comes Owen Hart.
And his opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 232 pounds, Owen Hart.
A young and up-and-coming Owen Hart. Definitely wanting to separate himself from his older brother Brett, and yet some things are still the same. Owen Hart and the Macho Man, one-on-one here on Primetime. And Macho Man right out of the gates, taking Owen Hart down. And Owen in a bad way right out of the gate here. Savage putting the boots to him early. But Owen able to reverse it, kicking Savage back down to the canvas, missing with a leg drop. Oh, welcome back, David. Glad you can join us back here again on Primetime. If you're just coming back, you missed the Legion of Doom picking up a huge win over the Wild Samoans. And now we're looking at the Macho Man taking on Owen Hart. And Savage missing with an elbow drop. Owen Hart with Savage off the ropes. Owen Hart to the outside. A very young and talented Owen Hart. Huge cross body from the apron. Taking a moment, a little cocky. Only a 1 count on the Macho Man. And now Owen Hart locking in her nerve hold here on the trap and shoulder muscles. And Savage able to reverse it. Savage a double axe handle. And Owen Hart is in a bad way once again. Savage just no quit in him, no stop. He is at you 100% from the time the bell rings until the time it rings again, signifying the end of the match. And Savage now sliding outside, following up. And Owen caught him. Owen Hart with a huge brainbuster suplex. That could have knocked Savage out. And a spinning pile driver. What a move that was. Owen Hart sending the Macho Man back into the ring. There's a cover. Referee a little out of position. Count of 1, count of 2, and only a 2 count. And there's a roll away from Savage. But Owen Hart finding his footing here. But every time Owen Hart gets something going, Savage has got an answer. And now just goading him, wanting Owen Hart to get back to his feet here. There's a scoop. And just draped him over that top rope. Savage knew he wasn't going to get a pin there, but he was sending a message with that forearm across the face. I don't know if he's feeling disrespected here by Owen Hart, but Savage taking the youngster into the corner, face first off that turnbuckle. And Savage went for a scoop, but a reversal from Owen into a reverse DDT. And Savage having to use the ropes to pull himself back up. Owen Hart now working over that back. Here we go. Hey, David, I'm still here, just calling the action here in the ring. A huge corner clothesline. Savage into a clothesline to the back of the head. And again with that forearm across the face. Only a 1 count. Savage is getting more and more frustrated as this match goes on. Well, you know, David, that's something we'll have to consider. The longer we get you going and the longer you show up and support us here, hopefully we can get more people on. And, you know, at the moment, I don't think I have the ability to add a mod, but it's something we can check out in the future. But definitely keep coming by, okay? There's a go behind and a trip up there by Owen Hart. And he's got Savage down. Savage able to roll out of the way, and another hard clothesline. Macho Man whipping Owen Hart back into that corner. And here's that scoop and a slam. That might be the beginning of the end here, folks. But Owen Hart quickly back to his feet. Put an end to that. You got to figure Macho Man was looking for the elbow. But Owen Hart able to stop things there. And a huge kick from Savage. And he's going to go right back up to the top. But again, Owen Hart gets back up and Savage sees it. Here's that corner. Scoop and slam. I don't know what Savage is going to have to do to put him away. A lot of heart shown here by Owen. No pun intended. And slamming him face first into the corner. And Savage reversed into a inverted atomic drop. Side Russian leg sweep. And now, Owen with a huge backbreaker. Thanks for stopping by, David. I hope you have a great night. And I hope to see you again here when we're live again. Savage is in trouble. Wait, inside package. Out of nowhere. Only a 1 count. This is a main event quality match these two are putting on here, folks. Into the corner. Back elbow. Here's a scoop from Owen Hart. And he slams Savage into the corner hard. And there's a cover. Count of 1. Only a 1 count. And now Owen Hart out to the outside. From the ring apron. What a crossbody block that was. And kind of arrogant here. And now Miss Elizabeth up on the apron. Distracted Owen Hart just long enough to allow the Macho Man to try to get back into it. You got to figure Owen Hart was probably looking to put him away there. And Savage. What is Savage doing? Drop kicked him off the apron. Savage took a hard fall. And Owen Hart now working over that left leg, that left knee of Randy the Macho Man. on the outside. A huge stomp into the abdomen. Owen Hart now sending Savage into the ring. Owen Hart now up to the top rope. And a hard axe handle down. That was a forearm to the back of the head. Only a 2 count. I thought that was it. It does not get any closer than that. And Savage with the reversal. Owen Hart was less than a heartbeat away from putting Savage away. Up. He's got Savage up, but Savage fights out of it. Elbowed him to the top of the head. The Macho Man sending him into the corner. And a back elbow reversal. Huge inverted atomic drop. Welcome everybody in to Primetime if you're just tuning in. How's it going, Mike? Welcome. Randy Savage with the reversal now. Owen Hart down and out. Savage is going for it. Driving the elbow. Into the cover. Only a 2 count. How did he kick out of that? Savage now using the ropes. Savage is about as frustrated as you can be. The elbow didn't work. He tried to get an advantage using his feet on the ropes to get a leverage pin. That didn't work. Now choking the life out of him. The referee not able to see it. And Savage going back up top. A second time here. Elbow drop. That has to be it. There's no way. Another kick out. Owen Hart refusing to quit. 2 elbows from the Macho Man. Folks, this is definitely taking a turn. I was not expecting this match to go on like this. Savage trying to gain the upper hand again. Definitely frustrated. Two atomic drops into a third. And a crossbody off the ropes. But Owen Hart is not quitting. A back elbow from Savage. Now whipping him into the corner. And here we go. Scoop and a slam. Savage back up top. For the third time. Savage is frustrated. Huge elbow to the top of the head. He busted Owen Hart open. Savage. Scooping Owen Hart up. Draping him across the top rope. Savage back up top. And he moved. Owen Hart moved out of the way. Again with the reversal. And there's a cover. And that's going to do it. Owen Hart put up one hell of a fight.
Here is your winner, Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Randy Savage hit two diving elbows and one jumping elbow to the top of the head. And finally, able to put Owen Hart away. What a match, folks. All right. After that, we're going to send it up to the ring for a perfect debut.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Bobby Heenan from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing in at 260 pounds, Mr. Perfect!
Mr. Perfect, making his debut here in the World Wrestling Federation tonight on Primetime. And you know the reputation that this man brings with him. You gotta believe he's not on the card for this week's WrestleMania, but that's all a matter of timing. He is gonna be in that main event picture sooner rather than later. But tonight, an auspicious debut here on Primetime against this man.
And his opponent from parts unknown, weighing in at 245 pounds, Doink the Clown.
Doink is not somebody to be messed with. More often than not, everyone takes a look at the clown get up, his ring gear, and they assume that this man is not serious, but there is nobody who takes this profession more seriously than Doink inside those ropes. All of his antics aside, this man is dangerous, and Mr. Perfect would be wise not to overlook Doink here in his debut. Doink the Clown. Mr. Perfect. We're ready to get it on here on Primetime. There's the bell. And these two going right at it. Doink actually getting the upper hand on Mr. Perfect. You gotta believe Bobby Heenan trying to get Doink, trying to get Mr. Perfect back into this here. A sarcastic clap as Doink had his man and sent over right in front of Bobby the Brain. And there's a hard right hand and a huge neck breaker. Not a perfect start as Doink in full control in the early moments of this match. Folks, I've just been handed a note, a programming note, and I am being told that Hogan and the Warrior are both in the building and that we have reserved some time after this match for, I believe, Hulk Hogan wanting to get some things off his chest before we head into WrestleMania this coming Sunday. And Mr. Perfect finally back in control of this match as he's got Doink reeling on the outside. So immediately following this match, folks, we'll go to the ring where Hulk Hogan will address his upcoming match against the Ultimate Warrior for the WWF Championship at WrestleMania. And what is Heenan doing? The Weasel sliding a baseball bat into the ring. The referee tossing it outside. Mr. Perfect's leg was under the rope. Referee didn't see it. And needless to say, only a 2 count from Doink. And Doink up top misses big with that diving attack. And there's a roll-up from Perfect. Easily kicked out, though, by Doink. Not nearly enough damage done to the clown. There's a power slam. And in the blink of an eye, though, the way things can change in that ring. Doink now on the receiving end of a couple of hard shots. And there's a sleeper hold. Referee checking to see if Doink's going to give it up here. Nothing so far. And Doink finally able to get some separation and is able to break the hold. You might say that it was not perfectly applied. A swinging neck breaker, and Perfect is again reeling, but it's only a momentary lapse. And Heaton's up to the top on the apron again. Heaton just removed the turnbuckle pad. Referee now going over to fix the turnbuckle pad as Doink gets dropped right across the other turnbuckle. Doink is reeling. And here comes Mr. Perfect, sending Doink under the corner. Misses big with the knees. But a scoop and a slam finding its mark. And Doink with a quick roll-up. Only got a 1 count. Missing with a drop kick. Mr. Perfect now back on the offense with a drop kick of his own. Doink rolling outside, trying to get some rest and recuperation. Slammed hard into the steel barricade. I give a lot of credit to Doink, and Mr. Perfect now getting serious with the clown. Snapmare! Anyone who has followed the career of Mr. Perfect, you know, when the straps come down, Mr. Perfect is basically telling you he's serious and this match is almost over. And Doink really struggling. Very slow to get to his feet outside the ring. But able to get back into the ring where he's met right away by Perfect. And Perfect drops him on the shoulder. There's a 1. And there's a 3 count. That's all it took.
Here is your winner, Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect victorious here on Primetime. And what a debut. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, Hogan and the Warrior in the house. And Hogan has requested some time. And so that is what is going to follow immediately right now. We're going to hear from the new Intercontinental Champion, Hulk Hogan.
The following champion versus champion contest is
Wait a minute.
one fall, making his
Wait a
way
minute.
from Venice Beach, California.
Hogan.
Weighing in at 303 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Immortal Hulk Hogan.
I thought Hogan wanted time. This is the WrestleMania main event. It's Hogan versus the Warrior here on Primetime. Hogan said he's had enough talking. Hogan is going into WrestleMania with his eyes set on becoming a double champion, but we're going to have that match right here on Primetime. I told you they were both in the building. I had no idea that this was going to turn into a match.
From parts unknown, weighing in at 275 pounds, the WWE
The fans here in Nashville are going nuts. They are getting a literal preview of WrestleMania right here live. It is my understanding that this is not a title match. Neither belt is on the line. But both of these men didn't want to wait till Sunday. Referee rings a bell, and look out! The referee's down, and down hard. The Warrior with an upper hand here. Hogan sending the Warrior back into the ring. The referee is down. Hogan with a twist and an arm wrench there, controlling the Warrior. I got to admit, that's the last thing I thought I'd see was Hogan chain wrestling the Warrior here in the main event on Primetime. Referee's back up to his feet. And Hogan now with control from behind. He's got the Warrior down. He's going to roll him over. The Warrior catches Hogan with a boot. And the Warrior now. Huge blows to the back of Hogan. The Warrior now with hard right hands and hard boots into the chest and solar plexus of the Intercontinental Champion. Huge spine buster. Hogan kicks out at 2. And now Warrior feeding on the power of his Warriors. Deadlifting Hogan from the mat into a running power slam. Hogan now with a hard shot into the gut of the Warrior. Scoop. Warrior slammed off the turnbuckle and discarded like yesterday's garbage. The animosity between these two is through the roof. There's no way we could have contained these two until Sunday. But this is just a taste. This is a preview. Both men now to the outside. Hard right hand from Hogan. Sunday at WrestleMania, that's when the gold's going to be on the line. And that's when it's really going to count. But this is just a preview, folks. A small taste, a small sampling of the enormous main event that we've got coming up at WrestleMania. And these fans here in Tennessee getting treated to it here live. Diving from the top, Hogan pulling out all the stops off the ropes and a jumping elbow. Clothesline from the Warrior though. Big gorilla press slam, and now the Warrior off the ropes. The Warrior slam. A huge gorilla press. Hogan is dropped. If this happens on Sunday, the Warrior will retain. We could be witnessing the end of Hulkamania. Hogan with a Lou Thesz press. Hogan somehow fighting back. But the Warrior, never down, never out. A kick to the gut, and Hogan now, reversal from the Warrior. The Warriors got Hogan down. And a go behind. Warrior. Elevator chair drops. Hogan right on the back of his head. And he's going to drag him out to the center of the ring. Hogan fighting his way back to his feet. Reversal, go behind. Hogan with a scoop and a slam. There's the leg drop. If we see that on Sunday, only a 2 count. A huge elbow. Hogan's got to be wondering if that leg drop did not keep the Warrior down. Will it keep him down on Sunday? The Warrior with the reversal. Setting Hogan up on the top rope, but Hogan able to get out of that. As Hogan, scoop. Big slam, it drapes the Warrior throat first across the top rope. And now Hogan waiting for the Warrior to get back to his feet. Huge headbutt. Hogan picking the Warrior back up. Warrior with the reversal. Hit Hogan with a big boot. Hogan's down. Only a 1 count. Folks, we're going to stay with this as long as we can. We normally go off the air here in a few moments. But the Warrior and Hogan are putting on a clinic here in Nashville. A WrestleMania preview. As both men spill to the outside, raking the back of the Warrior. Hogan with the Warrior up, face first across the apron. This is back and forth the way you knew that was going to be. Hogan sent face first into the steel ring post. Referees trying to get these men back in the ring. The Warrior with the overhead press. Dropped Hogan. Hogan's in trouble. Hogan able to duck his way back into the ring. And now Hogan with a hard right hand. Into a sleeper. Referee calling for the rope break. Hogan has got the Warrior up in a bear hug. Warrior fighting out. The Warrior did not give up. But the Warrior's in a bad way. And Hogan missing with the leg. A drop kick from the Warrior. And there's a cover. Only a 2 count. Again, folks, if you're just tuning in, a surprise main event here, WrestleMania preview. Running power slam from the Warrior. Hogan can't have much left. The Warrior. Stomp. Warrior splash. Into the cover. Only a 2 count. I'm not sure how Hogan kicked out of that. The Warrior one more time into the splash. And the Warrior. Is this truly a preview of Sunday at WrestleMania? The Warrior hits the splash and keeps Hogan pinned to the mat for the 1, 2, 3. Have we just witnessed the beginning of the end to Hulkamania? Several of those Warrior splashes connecting. The final one right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed tonight's Primetime Wrestling action. Tune in Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern for Saturday night's main event. And then Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, we go live for Wrestlemania. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I am JWR. For all of us here at Primetime, good night, everybody.